All right. All right, everybody. The coffee is hot, the air is cold, and the season is spooky. Let's get after it. See y'all in a minute. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Exposing Powerful Lies. It is I, your host, Wigger Allen Poe, for another late night porch stream. Spooky season, old time radio, extravaganza, marathon, call it what you will. We got a bunch of great episodes today to listen to. So I hope you guys are ready and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you to all the homies who were here earlier today as we did another one of our little video game streams. Been trying to do more of those lately. And it's fun, man. With the new laptop, I can play all sorts of different stuff that I could never do before. And it's super powerful, so I can stream it as well. So I've been enjoying it, and hopefully we will continue to just grow and improve. And the more I stream, the better I get at it. So that's what I'm hoping to do. Shouts out to all the homies in the chat. I see Kira in the house, our homegirl Kira, also a fellow lover of radio, old time radio shows. She actually recommended the first episode for today. We have three for you today, so it's going to be a bit of a marathon, but I'm excited because certainly the first one's very good. The second one, I don't believe I've ever heard before, but it sounds cool. And then the third one I've heard before, so I know that one's good too. We got Jethro in the house. What's going on, Jethro? Also, thank you, Kira. Kira super chatted during our last video game stream, and I ended the show before I could say thank you. Thank you so much. That was really, really nice of you. Thank you, Kira. What's up to Stay Weird? What's up to Slow Boy Whiteboard, our home girl? What's up to Jimmy, my actual IRL friend? To John Connor, Nico Pluto, the weirdest guy in the world. He's been here since the beginning. I mean, he was in the J Dyer chats when I first started, so shouts out to you, Nico, you freaking weirdo. I wrote some notes. I got some intros to read off for you. So we gonna be getting to it. I've been eating Smurfs again. Is it really that noticeable? Yeah, I got the methylene blue here. If you guys are wondering why my mouth is blue, try to drink some methylene blue before the stream, give me some energy, but it does have that unnatural side effect of giving me the Smurf mouth. I've been using a straw to try to keep it from being so bad, but it's just unavoidable sometimes. It's unavoidable. Clontarf in the house, another longtime homie. What's up, Clontarf? All right, so let me just share the screen here and then I'll start reading off the intros that I wrote. Where are they at? We are starting, I believe this is the tab here. No, wrong tab. Wrong tab, back out. Professional. So professional. As always, so professional here at EPL. Here it is. Okay, so tonight's first story, The Thing on the Forble Board. This is a classic old time radio show. One of the first ones I personally ever discovered. Um, just a great Halloween spooky season show to watch. When radio first entered American homes in the 1920s, it wasn't just a new technology, it was a new kind of presence. For the first time in history, ordinary people could sit in their living rooms and hear a human voice speaking directly to them, live and invisible through the air. It was intimate, it felt personal. The voice on the radio didn't seem like a stranger, it felt like a friend, a guide, sometimes even a moral compass. That intimacy gave broadcasters enormous power. Early networks like NBC and CBS quickly realized that trust was their greatest commodity. They used calm, authoritative voices, formal language, and background music that suggested dignity and reliability. Those choices weren't accidental, they were psychological. Radio became the sound of authority. By the 1930s and 40s, this radio trust shaped how Americans understood truth itself. When Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered his fireside chats, people didn't feel like they were listening to a politician. They felt like they were being reassured by a wise neighbor. When Edward Murrow reported from wartime London, his voice carried not just facts, but faith in the idea that if Murrow said it, it must be true. And then came moments like Orson Welles' War of the Worlds, which exposed how easily that trust could be manipulated. Even though the mass panic story was exaggerated later by newspapers, it revealed a deeper truth. Americans had learned to believe the radio. The sound of a confident voice was enough to override their skepticism. After World War II, the habit stuck. People had been trained to equate a professional tone with truth. Government broadcasts, commercials, even newscasts all borrowed that same rhythm and resonance. The voice of reason, authority, and assurance became a product, one that could be sold right alongside the message it carried. That legacy did not end with radio, television adopted it, and now YouTube, podcasts, and digital media all carry the same ghost of that early conditioning, the belief that if a message sounds right, it must be right. How many of the trusted voices we hear today are still speaking truth, and how many are just echoing the old illusion of credibility built on tone rather than substance? Tonight's story isn't about ghosts or curses or the usual horrors that live in our imagination. It's about something that lives in the cracks of reality itself, in the deep places we were never meant to look. This episode comes from 1948 from a show called Quiet Please, a simple production with a microphone, a voice, and a lurking fear. It's the kind of story that starts out ordinary, a roughneck on an oil rig, a man who's seen it all. He's just telling you about a job, about something he found down there in the rock and the dust. But as you listen, you start to realize the thing he's describing was never meant to be. The thing on the Forble board is horror at its most intimate. There's no jump scares, no blood, just the voice of a man remembering what happened when he dug too deep, not just into the earth, but into the unknown. And that's what makes it perfect. Because sometimes the most terrifying lies aren't the ones told to us, they're the ones that we tell ourselves to make sense of that which we cannot explain. So settle in, picture the oil field, the looming dark abyss just outside the lonely office, the machinery, the dust, and listen closely. This is Quiet Please, and tonight's broadcast is The Thing on the Forble board.
Quiet, please.
What up, John?
The Mutual Broadcasting System presents Quiet Please, which is written and directed by Willis Cooper and which features Ernest Chappell. Quiet Please for tonight is called The Thing on the Furball Board.
Me, I'm a roughneck. Well, I was a roughneck, 20 years ago. A little too old, too slow now. Besides, I got $1 now. I don't have to be a roughneck, you see. Married, got a nice home. Had to meet my wife. Hey, Mike. Her name's Maxine, but she likes to be called Mike. Mike! I guess she's busy out in the kitchen someplace. Besides, she doesn't hear very well. Shame, too. She's so pretty and everything. Well, you'll meet her. Sit down. I was saying I was a roughneck.
I did purposefully try to find the best audio ones because it's all over the place, the quality. So I did purposefully, for all these stories, look for the best quality audio.
Well, no, that doesn't mean exactly what you think it means. A roughneck is an oil field worker, specifically a guy in a drilling crew. Call them roughnecks like you call a section hand on the railroad a gandy dancer, a garage hand a grease monkey. Same time you work around a drilling crew for a while, you're going to be a roughneck in every sense of the word, boy. A derrick floor or a forball board's no place for a guy with a bow tie. Because when you have to fool around with drilling holes that go farther down the ground than it is from the top of Pike's Peak down to sea level, sure they do. The time I was a roughneck, we got this one well down to 7,313 feet. That was a record. But last May, Pure Oil brought one in out in the Natrona Valley in Wyoming at 14,309 feet. That, friend, is almost 3 miles. Quite a hole, that, huh? Sure, I don't think there's an oil man in the world that don't wonder one time or another what's down there, besides rock and oil and gas. Oil that's made out of trees that died 20 million years ago. Oil that's made out of dinosaur bones. Oil that's maybe made out of the flesh and blood of men, maybe, that beat each other to death with a stone axe, ate saber-toothed tiger for lunch. Yeah, you get to wondering. You look at the cores that come up from way down there, and sometimes the little shells, trilobites mostly, that was alive when Manhattan Island, where New York is, was under half a mile of ice. We found something once, me and Billy Grunwald, and something found us. I'll tell you about it. We were down to around 5,400 feet. We'd set casing. We began to get water, so we had to stop drilling and cement off. Well, you see, when water begins to seep in the hole, you pull your drill pipe, then you let down a cementing shoe inside the casing, and you plug up the bottom of the hole, casing and all, with quick hardening waterproof cement. Then when it's hard, you drill through the cement and go on down, and the cement outside the casing at the bottom keeps the water out. Well, we had the drill pipe all pulled and racked. The cement was setting, see? So we was shut down, waiting for it to harden. We'd been coring just before. Well, you see, a core drill is hollow, and as the bit digs down, it stuffs the drillings up inside it, so when you pull it out, you got a sample of the kind of stuff you're going through. And a geologist can tell a lot from that. So there's nobody around the rig except me that night. The rest of the crew's going into town. I was toasting some pork chops over the forge for my supper. I heard a car pulling up. Look out, it's Billy Grunwald, the geologist, and I give him a hello. Hi, Billy, come and have a pork chop.
Hi, Porky. Where's everybody?
Yeah, all went to town. I'm the whole crew.
I had 3 blowouts between here and Oxnard.
Yeah, I wondered where you was. Ted said you'd be in here about 3.
Yeah, I would have been, except for my tough luck. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, hungry?
Starved.
Yeah, I got 7 pork chops. And bread. And some coffee, kind of.
Swell. Yeah, I got a bottle in the car.
We're going to have a banquet.
Hey, where's that core? That's what I came up here to look at.
Yeah, back there on the bench. Look at it after supper.
Hey,
What?
didn't you say you were all alone here?
I
I thought I heard somebody talking.
don't see anybody. Keep an eye on that pork chop. You won't have any supper.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Here, let me put the coffee on. Like so.
When did you finish cementing?
This morning. Last tower only made about 10 feet of holes, so Ted shut down before we get flooded out of house and home.
Funny about that water.
How?
Oughtn't to be any at that level, according to my figuring.
Well, there is.
Is it salt?
Sure, right out of the bottom of the ocean.
That's funny. Well, maybe I'll be able to tell something from the core. Yeah, I hope so. Well, last core I looked at, I'd have sworn we were getting into shale.
Ain't seen none yet from the cuttings.
That's funny.
Here, your pork chop's done. Yeah, take some bread.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, man.
Good, huh? Yeah, put on another. I had 2 already before you come.
Yeah, much obliged. Yeah, you never can tell what's down there. You get it all mapped and plotted out, all the strata. And all you know is what comes out of the hole.
Yeah. I'd like to go down there sometime if I was little enough.
Never get you down a hole.
Yeah, you'd fit. You're skinny.
I'll stay up here and look at the cores, Bud. Where is that one?
Behind you. Over there.
Oh. Well, I'll have a look at it.
Well, why don't you wait till you finish your supper?
I'm just going to look at it. Put on another pork chop for me.
Okay.
Well, I wish those screech owls would keep...
What's the matter?
Hey, wait a minute, Porky.
Well, why do you...
Listen.
What's eating you?
You know, I'd have sworn there's somebody up there in that portable board.
Ah, you're crazy. There's nobody up there.
Getting against those stands of drill pipe.
Ah, they're just rack crooked. One of them slipped. Come on back and eat your pork chop.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Only I...
Ah, what you so jittery about, Billy? Come on, eat your sandwich. Here.
Yeah, so there's some monster up on the frickin' oil rig. Who cares? There's pork chops here.
Yeah, well, thanks, Porky. I don't know, I'm just naturally that way, I guess. I'm always scared of the dark. Doggone it, I hate to be a baby, but I can't help it.
Scared of the dark? Honest?
Stupid, ain't it?
Oh, I don't know. Everybody's scared of something. Me. Spiders scare the tar out of me. Black widows. Oh. I know how you feel, Billy.
There another light over here?
Yeah. Here.
Ah. Oh. That's better. Hey, listen, Porky. Go out to the car and look in the left-hand door pocket and bring back that bottle, will you? That's what I need.
Okay, kid. Okay. So I picked up a flashlight. I turned around and went outside. I found the car. And I got the bottle. And the floor of the derrick was all lit up, and when I saw a beam of light suddenly flash up toward the forbel board, I laughed. Billy Grunwald and his ideas. Sure, I looked up. There wasn't a darn thing up there except the drill pipe racked against the fingerboard. Oh, this forbel board. Well, you've seen oil derricks or pictures of them. You know that little platform that runs around the outside of the derrick about halfway up? Well, that's the forbel board. Well, you see, drill pipe comes in lengths, and you handle them with several lengths screwed together so as to save time getting them in and out of the hole. 2 lengths is a double, 3 is a triple, 4 is a forbel. When you pull a pipe, you heist it up inside the derrick with a traveling block, which moves up and down from the crown block at the top of the derrick. Then when a forbel of pipe is pulled out, it's held in the rotary table. You break the joint with tongs, like a great big Stilton wrench, you see. Snub a cable that's fastened to the handle over the cathead on the drawworks, and that breaks the joint. Then you hold the tongs on the pipe, give the rotary table a few turns to unscrew it. You heist away with the traveling block and swing it over against the fingerboard, lean it against the derrick. The guy up on the forbel board takes off the traveling block. You do it all over again till you got all the pipe out, you see? Well, there wasn't anybody up on the forbel board except a screech owl, and it flew away. So Billy turned his light off, and I come on inside. And just as I come up the steps, he let out a yell.
Yay!
What's the matter? What's the matter, Billy?
Hey, come here. Look here.
Well, what's it?
Look, Porky.
My... Where did you find that?
Now, listen, Porky, I give you my word. That was embedded in the core.
Why, it couldn't be.
I tell you it was. Look where I dug it out.
It's a limited edition Mewtwo Pokemon card.
You know what? That rock there comes from a mile underground. And it's been a mile underground for 1,000,000 years. And look at this.
And I did look. And what he was holding was a gold ring. And it was all carved and filigreed just like jewelry. And there wasn't any kidding about it.
And then Gandalf ran in and said, "Give me my ring back."
It was real. No, wait a minute. Hang on, I ain't done. I poked at the core of a rock that looked like a kind of petrified salami or something. And then it was my turn to pretty near jump out of my pants. Because right alongside the place where Billy dug out the ring, there was a mud-covered but very unmistakable finger. I picked it up, and it was cold, and it was heavy, and it was solid rock. At least it felt like solid rock. And I looked at Billy, and Billy looked at me. He started to rub the mud off this here stone finger. And as he rubbed it, it begun to disappear. No, he could still feel it, he said, but when the mud was gone, neither one of us could see it. And he dropped it to the derrick floor. It went clunk, and we couldn't find it any place. So you know what we done? Well, we took that bottle and we took and finished it, Billy and me. We finished it in one slug apiece, and it was a full pint of bathtub gin. It tasted just like so much well water to me.
But I'm an alcoholic, so there's nothing unusual.
And then we sat down on the derrick floor and we looked at each other. We didn't say a word. My eyes got heavier and heavier. The last thing I remember was I heard some kind of noise that seemed to be coming up from down the forward board 80 feet above us. I shut my eyes a minute. I guess I went to sleep. And I had awful dreams. Black widow. Spiders crawling all over me with gold rings on their legs. Things I could hear, but I couldn't see, up on the forward board. Billy Grunwald climbing up the ladder outside the derrick in the moonlight. Faces looking at me, and I couldn't figure out who they were. Then I was waked up by a horrible scream. A crash alongside me that shook the whole derrick. I opened my eyes to see Billy Grunwald lying on the floor 2 feet away with a broken neck.
Billy, no.
With a broken neck and his left hand. Well, he put the gold ring on the little finger of his left hand, and the way his arms were spread out, his left little finger and the ring were gone. Well, friend, I got out of there. I run down to where Billy had left his car, and I got in. I stepped on the starter, and I couldn't get it to go, and then I remembered after I pretty near run down the battery that Billy had taken a key. I wasn't going up there and go through a dead man's clothes to get it. So I sat there in the car and shivered all by myself till daylight. And then Ted and the crew came. Afterwards, a state cop, and everybody in the world was asking me questions.
Did you and Billy have a fight, Porky?
I told you we didn't, Ted.
But you had been drinking.
We only had that little pint, Ted.
Well, what was he doing up on the forward board?
Did you threaten him, and did he run up there to get away from
Listen,
you?
cop, don't be a chump. Billy Grunwald and I were good friends.
Then why'd you push him off the forward board?
I didn't, I tell you. I wasn't up there.
Oh, what did he go up there for?
I don't know. I was asleep.
How do you know he was up there?
I didn't say he was. You said so. Besides, how would he break his neck if he didn't fall from way up there?
Well, look, officer. I think it was just another accident. I mean, we haven't got anything on Porky, and personally, I don't believe he did it.
Well, it's mighty mysterious.
So it is. But we got work to do. Now, how about it? That cement's hard down there, and I want to start drilling again, and I'm short-handed. Will you let Porky stay here till I run in my pipe again, and, well, then you can take him and ask him questions till you're blue in the face.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, his friend died, but I got to work him like a mule until he's all used up, and then you can arrest him.
Let's get rolling. You got steam up, Happy?
I'm all set.
All right. Porky, you go from the forward board.
What? Not me, Ted.
Oh, don't be such a boob. There's nobody up there to shove you overboard. You can put a safety line around you if you want to. And besides, you're getting paid to do what you're told. I've lost too much time already. Come on, get going.
So, okay, I go up on the forward board. And you can bet I took a good gander around before I did anything else. Now I couldn't see a thing. So I signaled to the driller to let down the traveling block, and he did. Came sailing down from up above. I was just reaching for it to pick up the first four-bullet drill pipe. Gave a big jerk, and the cable broke. It dropped and nearly pulled me off the four-bullet board. And it landed right on top of Ted. And if you have any idea what a guy looks like after 2 tons of metal land on him from 80 feet up, yeah, you keep your ideas to yourself.
The cops aren't going to like
that was
this
enough.
one.
2 accidents in a row. The whole crew quit. They wasn't going to wait for a third. And it was Ted's money that was paying off. There wasn't any more, and as far as I know, the abandoned derrick is still there. And that was 20 years ago. Oh, I forgot to tell you something. That traveling block was right in front of my face when it broke loose. It was hanging by steel cable, 3/4-inch steel cable. And I saw that cable break right before my eyes. Looked just like a piece of string when you snap it between your fingers. I could almost see the fingers. You know what? There was something up there on the forward board with me. And so a couple of days later, I came back. I don't know if there's anything in the world as desolate, as dismal, as dead-looking as an abandoned oil well rig. There it stands like a skeleton off on a deserted side road and the bare yellow hills surrounding it, and it's the deadest thing you ever saw. I sat in my car for a long time looking at it. Everything was just the way we'd left it. I looked in at the floor. The smashed traveling block was there alongside the rotary table. There was a little mutter of steam from the boiler. That was all. Then I heard a tinkle of something as it hit the ground alongside me. I looked around. There wasn't a soul in sight. But at my feet was the gold ring that Billy Grunwald and I had found in the core of rock that came from a mile underground and from 1,000,000 years ago in time. And I heard a little sound. The sound of a kid crying. And there wasn't any kid up there.
And it kind of sounded like a cat from the CBS Radio Mystery
Heard
Theater.
it again, and it came from above my head, and I took out my revolver. I loaded it carefully. I started up the ladder to the forward board. No, there wasn't anything up there, nothing I could see. But there was a voice crying. The voice of a little kid. And then there was a movement behind the rack of drill pipes, and I saw the pipe move, and I yelled, "Come out of there, whoever you are! Come out or I'll start shooting!" And the stand of pipe shivered, and I thought, what can it be that can handle that heavy pipe like jack straws? And then there was a crash. The whole stand of pipe fell over, and I just got out of the way in time. And I was alone on the forward board with the thing. But I couldn't see it. I felt the platform tremble under my feet again as something moved toward me. I fired 2 or 3 shots. And nothing happened. I started backwards. I knew it was following me because I could hear it meowing like a cat. My feet tripped over something. I saw it was a big can of red lead that somebody had left up there. Without thinking, I picked it up and I threw it at the sound, and it splashed. And there it was. And I wish the face of a little girl, frightened, crying with hunger and terror. Hands like a human being, and a finger missing from the left hand. And a body. Well, I'll tell you about that. I told you how I'm scared of spiders. But I knew where it came from. It had come from the bowels of the earth, come riding up on the drill pipe as we yanked it out of the well. Come to an alien world and was lost. It stood there dripping with red paint, blood red from head to foot like some horrible dream. And it put its hand on my arm. Its hand was stone. Living, moving stone. And it looked into my eyes and mewed like a lost kitten. "20 years ago, I discovered many things about it, what it used for food, that it was deaf, that it was invisible and couldn't see people when it was invisible, that if you sprayed it with mud or paint or grease paint, makeup, then it could see people. And believe me, I didn't want to see its body. I can see that in my nightmares. But its face, I can't help wanting to see that pathetic little girl face. I'm afraid maybe I've fallen. But it's very beautiful. And when it's well made up, it's... But making it up, rubbing grease paint on a stone face that looks at you and smiles, and it makes sounds like a lost kitten yet. I can disguise the body in long dresses. She can't hear very well, and when she's hungry, I have to stay out of her way. I found out what she likes to eat, remember? No, sit still. Sit still, do. Sit still or I'll have to shoot you. I want you to meet my wife. Or rather, my wife wants to meet you. Mike? Mike? There she is. Come on in, dear.
The title of tonight's Quiet Please story is The Thing on the Furble Board. It was written and directed by Willis Cooper and featured Ernest Chappell.
And Dan Sutter played Billy Grunwald. Pat O'Malley was Ted. And Cecil Roy was also a member of the cast. As usual, music for Quiet Please is played by Albert Berman. Sound by our good friend Albert April. Now, for a word about next week, here is our writer-director, Willis Cooper.
Well, I'm reasonably sure that all the characters in tonight's stories were completely fictional. At least I, for one, hope so. Next week, the story is called Presto Changeo, I'm sure.
And so, until next week at the same time, I am quietly yours, Ernest Chappell.
This program was heard in Canada through the facilities of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
All right. That was 1948's The Thing on the Furble Board. What did we think about that, y'all? We got an invisible spider child who was also made out of stone, and you were a hostage during the entire show. How great was that? Very good. Old classic. Old classic. And you gotta love it. There's something unsettling about that one. It's not just what they found down in the rock, it's what it means that it was down there at all. That story came from the mind of Willis Cooper, a man who understood that the real horror isn't the creature in the dark, but the realization that the world is bigger and stranger than we were told. That maybe beneath every comforting explanation, there's something ancient, something alive, something that we're not supposed to see. The thing on the board isn't really about an oil rig. It's about curiosity, the human drive to dig deeper, even when we shouldn't, and the fear of the unknown. And that's where truth always lives, under layers of stone, secrecy, and silence. So when you hear that slow, calm voice describing the thing with the perfect little hands, remember, it's not just a monster story, it's a warning. There are things under the surface, in the ground, in history, and in ourselves that don't want to be uncovered. But that's exactly why we have to keep digging. Unlike in fiction, in the real world, the monsters hiding in the darkness of our hearts don't want you to find them. They don't wish to be known. They want to manipulate you in secret from the darkness, staying hidden deep down where the light cannot reach, where they can't be exposed and dealt with. Sometimes the truth might be buried deep, but lies always float to the top, the truth always outs, and the light always wins. It only needs our cooperation and the courage to stand within it, no matter how afraid we are of what it might expose. So that was thing on the forward board. Love getting eaten by his wife. Oh hell yeah, dude, that was a good time. These stories really challenging my listening skills. Yes, exactly. All right, that was our first story of the evening. Moving on, we have two more. We're going to move into the Shadow People. This one is from a show that I'm not too familiar with called The Hall of Fantasy. Let's share the screen. All right. This one was recommended on a list of stories that go good with the one we're already listening to. There's something ancient about fear of the dark. You can laugh it off as childish or primitive, but every one of us still hesitates just for a second before stepping into a black room. That hesitation, it's instinct, it's memory. Maybe it's a warning. Tonight's story comes from the golden age of radio, a time before screens, before distractions, when the world was quieter and the darkness spoke a little louder. It's called The Shadow People, and it aired in the 1940s, back when families sat together around a radio and let their imagination fill the void. But what you're about to hear doesn't feel dated, it feels familiar. Because in this story, the darkness isn't just an absence of light, it's something alive, something that watches. And if you listen closely, you'll hear the deeper message under the static that there are things hiding in the corners, not just of our rooms, but of our lives, things we were taught not to see. So turn off your lights, don't look at your phone, let the dark settle in around you, and remember what you can't see might be closer than you think.
Just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present The Shadow People, an original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne.
Somewhere along the line of your life, you've met them. You have come in contact with the Shadow People. When did we first discuss it?
Thank you. I'm trying out something new, trying to put a little more effort into these.
Oh, yes, Brian and Elaine and I. It was in my apartment. There was only one light on in the entire place. What's wrong? Elaine, what's the matter?
Oh, it's silly, I know, but I thought I saw something in that doorway over there.
Where?
Over there, right over there. Where are you going, David?
Over to that archway, just to let you know that nothing's here. Huh. You see, Elaine, nothing's wrong, nothing at all. Are you satisfied that there's no one else here but us?
Yes, I'm sorry. I just thought that Leave the overhead lights on.
I'm sorry, I thought that...
Put them back on, David, please.
All right, Elaine. Look, what's bothering you, sis?
I don't know. It's just that... I don't know.
Tell us about it, Elaine. Tell us what's bothering you.
You promise that you won't laugh at me?
Of course not.
Brian?
Oh, Elaine, I'm your brother. If something's troubling you, I'd like to know about it.
All right, then. The reason I was so upset was the fact that I saw someone or something standing in that archway.
But, Elaine, David showed you that there was no one else in here. When the lights were put on, you saw for yourself that we were alone.
I'm not talking about something you can see in the light, Brian. I'm not talking about a human being.
And what's it all about, Elaine?
In the darkness, I saw something that can't be seen in a lighted area. And I've seen it several times before.
You're sure you're not imagining this, Elaine?
Oh, I don't have that good an imagination, Brian.
How long have you seen this thing, Elaine?
Well, it started about 6 weeks ago. You were in Detroit on business, Brian. Mom and Dad were on vacation. I was in the house by myself, in the library. There was only one light on. I sat in the chair beneath it, reading. Several times I thought that something was watching me. I felt there was someone in the room with me, standing right in back of me. Every so often I'd glance back over my shoulder, but there seemed to be nothing there. And then I thought I heard someone whispering. I wasn't sure, but when I heard it again, I got up and I looked all over the house. Oh, I'm not easily frightened, you know that, but out in the hallway, it was almost entirely black. Luckily, I was...
Crispy Johnson, there he is. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Oh, my goodness. I was just thinking about you earlier today, Crispy. I'm like, where the heck is Crispy? But I haven't seen that guy in forever. Patristic Faith Raid. Shouts out to our good friend, our longtime friend, Father Deacon Dr. Ananias. Longtime friend of the show. You guys can go and find his collabs that we've done in years past. And just such a great guy, man. Such a great guy, a wonderful priest. Today we are doing a spooky season radio show marathon. We just started the show with the thing on the floorboard. We are now into our second episode, Shadow People, from the radio program The Halls of Fantasy. It just started, so you're just in time. Sit back, turn off the lights, and let the sounds of 1940s radio scare
The
you.
light switch. I looked back over my shoulder, and I saw this huge, hulking shape for the first time. And I heard a voice. Or rather, the whisper of a voice. I couldn't distinguish the words, but that dark shape seemed to be moving towards me. My hand was on the light switch, and I turned it on. And the minute the light flooded the hallway, the shape was gone. There was nothing there. I was alone again. As long as there's light.
So let me get this straight. This story is about a woman who sees creatures in the darkness. Isn't this every girlfriend I've ever had?
I know it can't hurt me. I know it can't reach me.
You might have imagined...
Yo, that's for real. If I saw some frickin' monster crawling around in the shadows, I would say something the instant that it happened. First off, I'd probably yell out. Second off, I'd be like, yo, come in here. You got to see this.
Did you know?
Of course that's possible, but I'm sure I didn't. It was so real. So real, that shape in the darkness. It was the very essence of evil itself.
There was an old man I knew of, a Dr. Heselius. I'd heard that he knew quite a good deal about the supposed supernatural manifestations which had taken place in the world. I went to him to see if he knew anything that might explain the events of the story Elaine had told us.
Yes, my good sir. What do you wish?
I have an appointment with Dr. Heselius.
Oh, yes. He mentioned something about it. You are Mr. Drake.
Yes.
If you'll come inside.
Thank you.
Dr. Heselius is in the study. Please come with me. Doctor, a visitor for you.
Oh, yes. Bring him in. You may go now.
Yes, Doctor.
Mr. Drake?
Yes.
Sit down, please, in that chair over there.
Thank you, sir.
Now, what is the nature of your visit to me?
Well, I understand, Dr. Heselius, that you have a great knowledge of the supernatural manifestations which have occurred on the earth.
Great knowledge, Mr. Drake? No, hardly that. I have only scratched the surface in my years of study. Perhaps I can help you. Then again, perhaps I cannot.
Well, may I tell you the story?
By all means, my good sir.
All right. Now, this didn't happen to me, Doctor, but to my fiancée. It seems that about 6 weeks ago, when she was alone.
Wait a minute, you're not even married? Get out! Get out now!
But when the light was on, the dark form disappeared. And that's the story, sir. As much of it as I can remember.
I see. It's a strange tale to tell.
I'm fully aware of that, Dr. Heselius.
You say she
It
seemed
seems a simple textbook case of schizophrenia.
to hear whispered voices?
Yes, that's what she says.
I see. A moment, please. I have a book.
Nico, if you got stories you want me to play, I'd be interested. I'd check them out.
My file? Oh, yes. Here it is. This is the one. Yes. Perhaps I may be able to help you after all. Let me see. This is a very ancient book, Mr. Drake. I seem to remember... Yes. Here is an account of a happening such as you relate. And we shall live on the earth, and they shall
not see us. Yes, it has been foretold by the ruler of the darkness. They who live by day, retire to sleep by night, shall never know that we walk with them, that we watch them, that we wait for our chance. Only in the night will they see us, for in the daylight we are not seen. Only in the night, when the darkness grows together and the forms of the shadow people are shaped from the blackness, they will know us.
Then they will know that we are their companions, for we are the shadow people. I knew I had read something similar to the story you have told me, Mr. Drake.
Dr. Heselius, what can we do?
Well, give me a little time. Let me see if I can find any more references to these people of the darkness. One more thing, Mr. Drake. Be sure that your fiancée is never left alone at night. Be sure that there is some living thing, animal or human, which accompanies her every second of the night. For she is in danger, Mr. Drake. A terrible danger.
Yes, they're shadow refugees, and you're a bigot if you don't want them in your home.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Shadow People.
That night, the night of the day I had seen Heselius, Elaine's mother died. She died in her sleep. When she failed to appear for breakfast, Elaine's father went upstairs to see what was wrong. When he entered her room, he discovered that she was dead. The family doctor couldn't explain it, for Elaine's mother had been in perfect health. A few weeks later, I was out of the house spending a weekend with them. I glanced at the clock on the mantel, and it showed 11.
I can't understand why Brian hasn't returned from
Well,
town.
he said he had some extra work to catch up on. He told me this morning that he might be late.
Well, 11 o'clock, I'm going upstairs. Glad you came out, David. It's good seeing you again.
It's a pleasure to be here, sir.
Well, don't stay up too late. See you both in the morning. All right.
Night, Dad.
Good night, Mr. Davis.
He isn't the same, David. Ever since Mother died, he hasn't been the same.
I didn't realize that until tonight. He's changed.
I only hope that he'll start living again. Ever since she died, it seems that a part of him died with her.
Elaine, have you seen anything else since you spoke to me last?
No, I haven't. Ever since Mother died, nothing's happened.
Shouts out to the Baselet Analyzer. What's up, brother? Welcome to our spooky season radio show marathon. We are in episode 2 of 3 of our old-time horror radio shows. And, needs no introduction, but if you guys have not, go subscribe to the Baselet Analyzer. The best lit channel on YouTube.
Well, I only hope. came from upstairs. Come on.
You don't think...
I don't know what to think. I only hope...
David, if anything's happened to him...
We'll see in a moment.
There's no light in his room.
You wait here, Elaine. Where's the light?
Over to your left. David, what's wrong? Why didn't you leave the light on?
Your father's dead, Elaine.
Ghost, what's up, homeboy? You are halfway through the show. We are in episode 2 of 3.
I'd walked into the darkened bedroom.
Love you
On
too,
the
bro.
bed was Elaine's father. It didn't take a second look for me to know that he was dead. I switched off the light and walked back into the hallway to tell Elaine what happened. And then from the room there had come an eerie, quiet laughter. In the darkness of that room was some unknown evil power. The voice itself was unearthly. There was no substance to it. It sounded as if it came from the darkness itself.
No. No, I don't believe you.
It's the truth, Elaine. There's nothing more I can do. We'll have to notify the police.
Tell me it's not the truth, David. Tell me it's not true.
I'm sorry, Elaine. I wish I could. Your father's dead. After the burial, Dr. Heselius got in touch with me. He said that he wanted to meet both Elaine and Brian, that he wanted to talk to the three of us. Accordingly, a few nights later, he came out to their house.
Miss Davis, will you tell me just when you saw the first manifestation?
The night Brian was in Detroit.
Now, Miss Davis, you have even seen this apparition in the company of other people, is that correct?
Yes. The night at David's apartment.
All right. Now,
The only time I personally ever saw shadow people was on DMT, but you hear a lot of stories of people seeing shadow people IRL, you know. I myself heard a lot of stories of people saying that they've seen shadow people, but back when I was in high school and still experimenting with psychedelic drugs, me and my friends did DMT one day, and I lay down on a bed and I saw about 7 or 8 shadow people standing over me and like leaning over and looking down at me, and pretty terrifying. Not good. Not good at all. Does sleep paralysis count? Yes, it does. Absolutely does. Myself, I've shared my sleep paralysis story before. Not good.
now I'll tell you what I think. You are in deadly danger, Miss Davis. These beings want to claim you. So far, they have had no success. Only in the darkness do they have power. Little by little, step by step, they have been removing the obstacles in their way to reaching you. First your mother, and then your father, Miss Davis. Both died in the same fashion. In the darkness, death struck at them. Now tell me, do you feel their presence here in this room as I talk to you?
Yes.
Turn out the lights, Brian. Stand by the switch, if you please, Brian. If anything happens, turn the lights back on.
All right. Dr. Heselius, I don't...
Do you want me to continue working with you?
Yeah, but why do I gotta do everything around here? I gotta flip the switches. It's always me, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. Brian, turn off the lights.
Yes, Doctor.
The room now is in darkness, Miss Davis. Do you feel or see anything?
No, Yes. Yes, I do.
Do you see anything?
Yes.
Doctor, I don't...
Be quiet, you fool. I know what I'm doing.
In front of me. The darkness gathering together into a huge, terrible...
Not only do you see us, Miss Davis, but everyone else in the room also will see the vague shapes forming themselves in the blackness. We do not want you, Dr. Heselius. The girl we want.
Okay.
We advise you to drop this case.
I'll check it out,
It
Chris.
will only bring down the wrath of the shadow people upon your head. The girl. We want the girl. Do not stop us. Let us take her now.
Please take her. Get her off my hands. You'd be doing me a favor.
Turn on the light!
All she does is frickin' talk about the shadow people day in, day out. Does she make me breakfast? Not even once. Shadow people this, shadow people that. You can have her.
They're gone.
Miss Davis, are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Just as she said. The darkness. I saw it form into something, too.
So did I.
What are we going to do, Dr. Hesselius?
At the present moment, I don't know. But it's much I do know. You must leave this house immediately. You must try to get out of their reach. I don't know if that is possible. I hope it is. I shall have to return to my home. I must learn if there is some manner by which we can defeat these creatures. For the moment, leave this house. Dispose of it in any manner you may see fit, but leave this house.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Shadow.
The real shadow people were just the friends we made along the way,
People.
right?
We spent the night in my apartment, the three of us. The following day, Brian and Elaine made arrangements to dispose of the house. In the afternoon, Dr. Hesselius called me and asked that I come to see him.
David, I'm glad you're here.
Anything new, Doctor?
Yes and no. You realize, of course, that this spiritual manifestation is not new, that it has gone on for centuries.
No, I wasn't aware of that.
It's true, David. De Maupassant wrote what was supposedly a fiction story about the manifestation, David. He called it Orla. However, according to the information here on my desk, it was taken from an actual case history. Of course, he embroidered the story, added a few touches to something he didn't realize actually existed.
But have you found anything with which we can fight them?
Everything depends upon an answer I received from a colleague of mine in Paris, Dr. Henri Renaud. I dispatched a telegram to him last night.
Why hasn't he answered by now?
There are certain things that must be done. It will take a few days, I'm afraid. We have to wait, David. There's nothing else we can do.
It sounded like it. The hola.
In the next few days, the house was sold, and Brian and Elaine moved into a newer, more modern home a few miles.
Yeah, I just saw that somewhere else, Kara. I do know that's a guy, De Maupassant story.
From my apartment. Cecilia said it might take a few days for them to build up their power. I spent the night at the new house. The lights were left on, and I watched for any unusual occurrence. In the daytime, I'd return to my apartment and get some sleep. About 4 days after Elaine and Brian moved into the new house, I was at home when Cecilius phoned me.
Yeah, did you like my French pronunciation?
Hello?
Perfect.
David?
Yes, Dr. Cecilius?
I hate to tell you this, David.
What's the matter? What's wrong?
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro.
A step ahead of me, David.
It's like when I was like, gosh, I think I was like 13 or 14 years old, and my dad, he was in the living room, and they had Obama doing like one of the first, public addresses from the Oval Office, and my dad's downstairs, and he's got a bunch of like people over, and he's just talking to them, and that's on the TV. And I run down the stairs. I go, Dad, Dad. He goes, what? I go, someone broke into the White House. I think they're trying to steal the TV. I said that right in front of all his friends. Yeah.
Just received word that Renaud died or was killed at the very moment I sent the telegram to him.
Step by step, they had outwitted us. For they had anticipated every move we'd make. Even Dr. Hesselius was at a loss as to what to do. He agreed to meet me at the Davis house.
What did you want to see us about, Dr. Hesselius?
Did you find out anything more?
I'm sorry to say that I haven't. At the moment, I'm at a complete loss. I don't know what to do.
But what did you want to see us about this evening?
Merely to check, to see if anything else has happened. Miss Davis, have you seen or heard anything?
Not in the house, only in my dreams.
Your dreams?
Yes. When I go to sleep at night, in my dreams, in the darkness, I see them.
And it's grown worse, much worse. I was hoping that it would not have progressed so far. There has been no disturbance in this house, but now they disturb your sleep, Miss Davis. Now, you must stay awake for as long as you can. I want the three of you to move into my house. Perhaps that will give you more protection.
So far, this episode isn't up to the level as our first one, but I do know the next one is going to be good. This one's
That
not
night,
bad.
we
It's
moved
just
over
not,
to
not
Cecilia's
great.
house. Perhaps Elaine would have more protection there. From there, we might be able to devise some plan of action, some way to beat those beings. For a few days, things were quiet. The shadow people seemed to have withdrawn. For a while, I thought that we might have succeeded in thwarting their purpose. Elaine no longer complained of troubled sleep. But that condition lasted for a few days only. About 10 days later, they made themselves known and felt again. That night, we were in the study, when suddenly Cecilia whirled around and...
Elaine, what are you looking at?
Outside the house. Right where the light waves off, I see them.
She's right, Dr. Celius. I can see them, too. What should we do, Doctor?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
There's nothing we can do.
We can't just...
We can't do anything, Brian. Don't you understand that they have us at their mercy? The greatest man in my field was Henri Renault. If he could do nothing against them, what do you think we could do?
He's right, Brian. There's nothing we can do.
As long as the house remains lighted, just so long will they remain outside. If the lights were to...
That sounds...
When my father was killed, the same sound. We heard the same sound.
The lights. What's happened to the lights, all right?
No.
Be quiet, please. I thought of this emergency.
A candle.
That's right, Miss Davis. As long as this burns, this one candle will be safe. For they cannot advance into the light. They are limited by the darkness. As long as the candle burns, they will have to remain outside of this room.
Around you, in every room of the house, in the darkness outside, we are around you. This time you shall not escape. This time we will claim you.
Take it easy, Brian. I can't stand it. I'm getting out of here.
Brian, come back.
Don't, you fool. I'm going after him.
Stay here.
We just can't let him
He
go.
won't have a chance.
Brian, you're a baby.
I doubt it. Miss Davis, I'm afraid that your brother is dead.
First her father, then her
The
brother.
wind doctor.
Who else is this woman
Listen to
gonna
the
kill
wind.
with her shadow stalkers?
Yes, Doctor. Listen to the wind. You must realize by now that the three of you haven't a chance. You must know in your minds that we can destroy you at any moment we desire. But, Dr. Hecelius, you may still save your own life. Let the others go. Give them to us.
No. No, you will have to take all of us.
Shall we destroy your life?
Which one's that? Devil
Shall
Rides
we
Out. It sounds
move
familiar.
in on you now.
As you will. Do as you will. Sorry, David. The candle is out.
In the darkness, the figures.
Good
in
call,
the
Stay Weird. Good
darkness.
call. Just look at Grease in there. Bless the house. We're good to go. Oh, Hammer Film. That's why I know that one. Yes, good call.
We warned you, Hecelius. You and the others are dead now. And we shall live on the earth. And man in the day shall not see us. They will know that we wait for our chance. That we walk with them. Only in the night, when the darkness grows together, and the forms of the shadow people are shaped from the blackness, will they see us. Then they will know that we are their companions. Look next to you, there in the shadows.
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural.
All right, so that was the Shadow People from the Halls of Fantasy. I've never listened to an episode from the Halls of Fantasy before. Not the greatest introduction to the Halls of Fantasy, but you know what? I'm not gonna let it hurt my what's the word I'm looking for? My first impression. We'll see. That story, The Shadow People, wasn't just about monsters in the dark. It was about the way we live, surrounded by things we'd rather not see. The things just out of sight, just out of mind, and the comfort of pretending they're not there. Willis Cooper wrote this one long before social media, long before propaganda could reach into your pocket, but he already understood something deep. That darkness isn't just a place, it's a condition. It's what happens when people stop asking questions, stop looking closely, stop believing their own eyes. So when you hear that line, don't turn off the lights, remember it's more than horror, it's a warning. Because what lives in the shadows isn't always supernatural. Sometimes it's man made. All right. So now for our next and final episode, we have some series that y'all are quite familiar with at this point, CBS Radio Mystery Theater, and their episode, the ninth volume. This is a great episode I've listened to before. Very similar in a sense. You will see why to our first story thing on the forward board. Very very similar things sometimes. So at some point you'll see. You'll see. The ninth volume. Some books aren't meant to be read. Some knowledge isn't meant to be found. But human beings have never been very good at leaving hidden things buried or the forbidden fruit untasted. Tonight's broadcast takes us back to the late 70s, the golden era of the CBS Radio Mystery Theater, when old fears were dressed up in modern clothes. Psychology, science, curiosity. It's a story called The Ninth Volume. On the surface, it's about a rare book collector and a missing piece from a sacred text. But underneath, it's about obsession and what happens when you open a door that was never meant for human hands. You'll hear about a scholar who thinks he's searching for knowledge when really, it may turn out that something sinister is searching for him. You'll hear the voice of reason crumble under the weight of something older than reason. And before it's over, you might start to wonder how much truth is too much. Because whether it's ancient scripture, secret history, or something as simple as a lost page in the wrong book, the danger isn't in the words, it's in the eyes that read them. So settle in, turn down the lights, and let the static carry you back to 1977. This is CBS Radio Mystery Theater, and tonight's story is called The Ninth Volume.
CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. How great is our capacity for belief? Most people would probably claim they'll believe anything they can see, feel, taste, touch, or hear. In short, anything they could experience with their senses. But I will venture to say there are things in this world so fantastic, so incredible.
Yeah, I also made that connection. Whenever I was trying to look this story up, I kept thinking Ninth Gate.
That you or I could stare at them with
No
our
Johnny
own
Depp in
two
this one.
eyes and swear under oath that we were not seeing what was there.
Sharky, you have got to support me on this.
I can't.
You've got to. They'll never take my word alone. I sound like a raving lunatic.
I'm sorry, Mr. Perk, but I can't do it.
You were down there with me. You
I have not read the actual book it was based
saw
on.
it just like I did.
No, I didn't.
What?
I didn't see it. Neither did you. We didn't see a thing. There's nothing down there.
Our mystery drama, The Ninth Volume, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Percy Granger and stars Michael Wager. It is sponsored in part by Contact, the 12-hour cold capsule, and True Value hardware stores. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Energy is something we hear a great deal about these days. The kind of energy provided by oil and coal, that is. We hear debates as to how much of these precious substances are left. Some say supplies are virtually unlimited. Others say we'll run out in 200 to 300 years. And the more dire prophets claim a mere 25 years. Whatever the figures, one thing is certain. As the situation becomes more urgent, some of those looking for new reserves are not going to let anything stand in their way. The year is 1998. We're at a drilling site on the western slopes of the Rocky Mountains.
Okay, start her up. Start her up! Sharky?
Yes, sir?
What are the chances of that well getting down another 50 feet by noon?
I don't know, boss. That's pretty solid stuff we're drilling through now.
I don't understand this. Not in all my 42 years in this business as a company geologist told me to drill halfway up a mountain instead of on the low ground.
He seems pretty confident.
He's a young smart aleck, if you ask me. He isn't quite right.
You mean in the head?
Yeah. But he went to college. All right, get on the back of that rig, Sharky, and take it as fast as you can. But remember, under no circumstances do I want any more delays.
Tonight is apparently the oil rig themed night.
Morning, Milo.
Morning, John.
Coffee's on.
Uh-huh.
Everything underway okay today?
How can you be so cheerful when we've only got less than a week left and no sign of oil?
Less than a week.
5 days, to be exact. I got a call from headquarters last night.
I'm an oil man. My business is oil.
They've decided against renewing the lease on this land.
Oil and milkshake.
Crazy. They know how much oil there is under that mountain.
I'm a milkshake man. I sell
Well,
milkshake.
John, forgive me, but you seem to be the only one still under the illusion that there's anything at all down there. We've drilled 10 dry holes over the past 2 years, 10 dusters. And all of them have been based on your so-called calculations.
That's right, because headquarters always pulled a pipe before we got down far enough.
Do you have any idea how much drilling costs go up when you get down past the second mile?
Milo, I'm going to make you a little wager.
I've
How many
abandoned my
feet do you think the
boy.
boys can take it down today?
I asked Sharky for 50 by noon.
Then I will bet you $100 that by noon, we've struck oil.
$100.
How far down are we now?
As of last night at quitting time, it was 19,967 feet.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, Ghost. I'm going to write that down right now.
I'll make that bet even more specific. I say that by the time we reach 19,980 feet, we'll be into the biggest pool of oil you ever saw.
Well, it's only 13 more feet.
That's right.
No.
Is it a bet, Milo?
Well,
Mr. Hawkins.
Yeah?
Mr. Burke. I think we've hit something.
What?
We've hit an air pocket.
Are you sure?
I think that's what it is. The rock bit's not meeting any resistance.
None at all?
No, sir.
Are you holding in position?
Yes, sir.
Good. Get ready to cap. Keep the rig going, but wait till I give you a signal. I want to get company headquarters on the phone.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Milo, I think you just saved yourself $100.
I want headquarters to put this over the intercom. When this geyser goes, everybody in that whole building is going to hear it. What? What was that?
Sounded like the rig. The rig! It stopped.
What's the matter? What's happened?
If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably an invisible spider child made out of pure rock.
Okay, what's gone wrong?
I don't know.
Well, why did you stop the rig?
Something weird is happening, boss.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, there was this, I don't know how to describe it. The rotor was kicking up rock dust. You know, that yellowish granite we've been drilling through, and then all of a sudden, well, it changed color.
Changed color?
Yeah.
And for that, you stopped the rig?
Well...
Oh, now, wait a minute, Milo. Sharky, you said the dust changed color to what?
Well, I think it was kind of reddish.
Ah, well, it sounds like we may have hit a stratum of clay.
So where is this red dust? Let me see it.
Well, now that's what I'm trying to tell you. It isn't here anymore. It was in my hands. I was holding it in my hands, looking at it, and it just disappeared.
You mean the wind blew it away?
No. My hands were cupped. There wasn't any wind. It just evaporated.
It just evaporated. Disappeared.
Yes, sir.
Now I've got two nuts to deal with.
As a scientist, I'd be rather curious to have a look at some of this dust.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dust head, you might call him.
Still, some of this stuff in the hole here, if I can just turn the pipe. Ah!
Dude, you know what? We should read that one of these days. We should do one of our story time streams and read Color Out of Space. Such a good story.
I don't know if I'd touch it, Miss.
It's one of those few Lovecraft stories that's a genuinely good tale, you know?
Bert, what if it's not safe?
That looks harmless enough to me.
Yeah, but you don't know. That's from nearly 4 miles down in the earth. It could be almost anything. That's why I had them stop the rig.
I think my first guess was right. It seems to be clay of some sort. It's very odd, though.
What it?
There'd be a seam of clay that deep in the earth. And the kind of rock formation we've been cutting through.
Look there. See what I mean?
Hey, what happened to it?
It just vanishes. That's what I was telling you.
Chalky, bring me some kind of small container, will you? A plastic bag, anything, so long as it's airtight.
Okay.
Why airtight?
I think it must be the fresh air that's causing this stuff, whatever it is, to disintegrate. I want to get a sample of it down to Boulder, to the university there, and have it analyzed.
This is the only airtight bag I could find, Mr. Burt.
What is it?
Well, it's from my lunch pail. Wife put my sandwich in it this morning.
Well, I guess it'll have to do. Milo, will you give me a ride?
Well, what about the well?
I think we'd better leave the rig off until we find out what this stuff is.
It's past 1 o'clock. We've lost the whole morning. How much longer is this friend of yours going to take?
Milo, Professor Anderson is a very thorough person. He'll be finished when he's finished.
This is ridiculous.
You saw that dust disintegrate with your own eyes.
So, stuff comes up from the center of the earth and acts weird. Why not? If I was down there, I'd act weird.
It doesn't raise your curiosity at all.
You act weird already, and you're on the surface.
Ah, Professor Anderson.
Gentlemen.
What did you find out? Were you able to analyze the powder?
Mr. Hawkins, is that right? Yes, sir.
100% pure Colombian.
Call me Milo. Milo, how do you enjoy working with this practical joker here?
Professor, what?
You see, Mr. Hawkins, Mr. Perk here was one of my more intelligent students, so I assume he must be attempting humor when he comes around bothering a busy old man with a handful of powdered tile.
Tile?
That's right, John. What you asked me to drop everything for and analyze is nothing but common tile, such as one might use to roof a house. What's so special about it?
Yo.
What's so special about it, Professor, is that it comes from the bottom of a well shaft nearly 4 miles down inside a mountain.
Dude, they frickin' dig up a bunch of a core sample from the middle of the earth, and it comes up as, like, roofing tiles.
Oh, I see. So you weren't pulling my leg. Why did you ask me to keep the sample in an airtight container? It made my examination much more difficult.
Because when that dust is exposed to fresh air, it disintegrates.
Disintegrates? John, if that's true...
Yeah, and they have a fully furnished house, modern-day house.
Oh, do you realize how old this material could be?
It's sort of like that movie, The Descent, you know, where they're spelunking and they run into the race of the evil, cave monsters. Except they all live in, like, suburban frickin' houses.
Your find must be investigated at once.
Well, there's just one problem, Professor. How would you get down there?
I don't know. I only know the site must be excavated. And this powder could well be far older than all our previous estimates. It could be all that remains of a civilization...
That's right. I remember you telling me that. Dude, that's so cool.
We never even knew existed.
That movie was
Which
great.
reminds me, John, I must keep the sample and run dating tests on it.
Of course.
Now, look, our company has a deadline.
If we don't find oil, we've got to be off that land by the end of the week.
That's right. Crazy, unexplainable mystery or no, we're bleeding money, and I don't care. I'm going to destroy the whole thing.
Oh, but you can't continue to drill for oil, son. Don't you realize that by continuing to drill, you might destroy an invaluable clue to our past?
I don't care about the past, Professor. I care about the future. And I don't
Archaeological dig site? Dig it up! Put them all there.
see that the excavation of one more prehistoric Indian dwelling or whatever is going to make any difference. But getting to that oil, if it's there, will.
Bunch of bloodthirsty savages anyways. Erase their
Problem
history.
still is how to reach the site.
That's what Grandpappy always said.
Just a minute. You're drilling up near Pine Creek, aren't you?
Yeah, 3 miles up the mountain from there.
Good call.
Well,
Good
then
story.
I think there might be a way. There used to be a big silver mine at Pine Creek, remember?
Ah, that's right. It was abandoned at the turn of the century, 95 years ago.
Yeah, but the last shaft the miners dug struck a cave system.
Of course. You took us there on a field trip.
Now, let me see. I should have some maps around here someplace. Ah, yes. Here we are. This is the one I'm looking for. A cutaway view of the mountain. Now, you can see here how extensive the cave system is. Now, where exactly is the location of your drilling site?
Right here.
There, you see. Trace lines straight down 20,000 feet. That's your depth.
Uh-huh.
And it would place you here, the very deepest bowels of the mountain. But here you see the cave starting at the base of the mine shaft, which is already at the base of the mountain, and you give yourself a head start of nearly 15,000 feet.
And look, here's a branch of the cave which comes practically to the point our drill has reached. Why, we could crawl there in a matter of hours.
Now, just a minute, John. Seem to be forgetting who pays your salary.
Milo, look, it's now 1 o'clock. Give me until starting time tomorrow, 9 o'clock. What do we lose? A half a
Bro,
day?
you first. I'm not crawling in that hole.
I think perhaps you better allow Mr. Perk to attempt the descent. My analysis showed traces of a rather strange substance. An adhesive, I believe.
Well, why was it strange?
Because it was entirely synthetic. And no primitives we're familiar with could possibly have known about it.
So modern day
I'm
glue,
reminded of an
modern
old
day
story
roofing
about a cabin boy on a clipper ship. It seems he was always losing things. One day, the captain asked him to clean his favorite clock. But when he asked to have it back, the boy couldn't produce it. The captain flew into a rage. "I suppose it's lost," he said. "Oh, no, sir," replied the cabin boy. "I know exactly where it is. It fell out of my hands as I was cleaning it, and it's at the bottom of the ocean." The characters in our story know where something is, too. And like the captain's clock, the only problem is how to get to it. We shall dig deeper into all of this when I return with Act 2. There are many things which distinguish man from the so-called lower orders of the animal kingdom. And geologist John Perk is giving us a good demonstration of one of them right now. For man is the only animal who will deliberately set off to confront the unknown. John Perk has bought a few precious hours from a grudging Milo Hawkins, and with Sharky as his assistant, is descending into the mountain.
Sharky, carefully.
Yeah.
The ledge isn't too wide.
Is there room for both of us?
Just barely.
What
Time is it, Sharky?
Almost midnight.
Sharky.
Huh?
There it is. The end of the tunnel. Hand me the bag with the drill and the explosives.
Here we go.
While I'm drilling a hole for the dynamite, you get out the oxygen packs. Then inflate one of those balloons to seal off the tunnel behind us. We don't want any fresh air getting into whatever is behind that rock.
The tunnel's all sealed off, Mr. Perk.
Good. Charge is ready. Now let's just back up around this corner here.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll just take a second to hook up the wires.
Mr. Perk.
Yeah?
Are we sure we want to do this? I mean, are we sure we want to know what's back there?
I'm a scientist, Sharky.
Yes, sir.
It's all wired. Push the plunger.
Dude, I don't care what pulled up from that frickin' core sample, dude. I am not going that deep into the earth.
Okay. Can you see anything?
Not with this flashlight. No. Wait. Through the dust, it looks like there's a chamber of some sort. Come on. Let's get back in there and set up the light. Here. Give me the lights. You crank up the generator.
Okay. Okay, turn her on. Good Lord. I don't get it, Mr. Perk. We must have taken the wrong turn. This isn't a prehistoric dwelling. It's somebody's house.
We didn't take any wrong turns, Sharky. Well, look. See in the ceiling there? It's the nose of our rock bit from the drilling rig.
Yeah, but look at this. A stove, a sink, even a dishwasher.
Dude, that is so frickin' cool. I just love that whole concept. That is terrifying.
And look in here. A dining room, rugs, a table, chairs.
Night, Crispy.
They look like they came right out of a department store.
I don't like
What up,
this.
Mello?
I wish we'd brought guns or something. What if this is some kind of criminal hideout?
4 miles underground.
Yo, literally.
We don't know.
Yo, literally. Hey, Chief, do you think we might have dug a little bit too deep? I think this is Shanghai.
Oh, maybe it's a secret government project, a bomb shelter or something.
But how was it built?
I don't know.
Dude,
But there's
I
got-
think they said it was something like 15,000 feet deep. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was built over, and I don't think it fell in. I think it's there.
To be a reason why it's here.
Let's have a look around. Maybe there's another way in which the survey charts don't show.
Did you find anything, Mr. Perk?
Nothing. How about you?
Well, nothing.
Fantastic. This entire house is encased in solid bedrock.
But I saw bedrooms, a bathroom, even a TV set. Everything just like people lived here.
Except that there are no signs of life anywhere.
Hey, look at this. Glass in the windows, not even cracked. And curtains.
I wonder if the plumbing works.
Well, there's one way to find out, isn't there? Ah! Hey!
This makes me think of like the aliens in Futurama who are, watching human TV shows. Like, what if the mole people just straight up have houses down there and they're like watching, surface dweller TV?
Stuff that came out of the tap. It's black.
Black?
What is it?
Let me taste that.
No, Mr. Perk, don't.
What I thought.
This guy, let me taste that. let me drink
There's nothing wrong with this, Sharky. It is perfectly good crude oil.
Oil?
Yep.
I don't believe what I'm seeing. A ranch house in the middle of the earth with oil coming out of the faucets. It's like magic.
I think there may be a more rational explanation, at least for the oil. Did you see any stairs leading to the basement?
Hey, I saw some stairs down the hallway.
Come on, then. Let's
I, too, would like to see how a toilet works running with oil.
follow these pipes. Pipes should be over on that far wall.
What's that?
No, I stepped in something. The whole basement floor seems to be covered with it. Shine your lights out.
Hey, look. It's oil. Whole floor is 3 inches deep in oil.
You see, I was right all along. There is oil in this mountain. We were right on target.
The only thing that stands between us and a gold mine is this house.
This solves everything.
Yeah, when does a corporation ever let that get in its way? You got to bulldoze a couple of houses to put in the throughway. It's just interstate's got to go somewhere, right?
Last, we have proof that the oil exists. The company can go ahead and take a new lease on the land, and we'll have the time to try to find an answer. to the mystery of this house.
Yeah, this is literally the real story of the soldiers landing in Iraq.
We can leave the generator here. We've got to get back and stop Milo starting the rig up. What time is it?
2:57 a.m.
We should just about make it. We'll inflate another balloon to seal the passage behind us before removing the first one. Are we all set to go?
All set.
Wait a minute. What's this?
What?
This door. I didn't see it before. Did you check it out?
No, I thought you did.
Well, we better have a look.
Mr. Perk, this place gives me the creeps. I got this funny feeling. Why don't we just leave well enough?
Something's telling me. I don't know. This might be crazy, but I got a weird feeling about this here modern day house we found 15,000 feet in the earth.
Alone.
Help me move the light over.
Call it an inkling.
What kind of thing could survive down here without air?
Yeah, that's
Mr.
a good
Perk,
call.
I'm frightened. Now, don't open this door.
Guys, remember, the closest guess on how the episode concludes gets that sought-after, highly prized 5 gold stars.
Get out of the way! What is it?
A library.
A library?
Only a library.
A library? But reading's gay.
Room filled with books. You're not afraid of them, are you? I'm going to have a look. Maybe they'll provide some kind of clue.
What's this? The flat log?
The owner is obviously a man of refinement and culture. Look at this. Complete works of Shakespeare, Milton, Plato's dialogues, Aristotle, Dante, Plutarch. Here are the more recent authors, Faulkner, Fitzgerald, Hemingway. This isn't offering us much in the way of clues.
Huh.
Did you find something?
This reclining chair. My father-in-law's got one just like it in his den.
Oh.
Exactly like it. It's a different color, but it's the same model.
Now, here's something. Whoever owns these books is obviously interested in history. Here's an entire case devoted to it. Herodotus, Tacitus, Livy. They're arranged in chronological order. Holinshed's Chronicles, Gibbon's French Revolution. Who's this?
Who?
Someone named D.V. Davis wrote A History of the World. I thought. I never heard of him, Sharkey.
Well, don't look at me. I never heard of half those other guys you mentioned.
Davis. Strange.
Herodotus? More like Herododingus.
Every other author on the shelf is familiar but him.
Mr. Perk, you remember that feeling I had before? Well, it's coming back. I think we ought to go.
Now, wait a minute. History of the World by David Vladimir Davis. In 9 volumes. But there are only 8 volumes here. Well, there's a space. The 9th volume is missing, and the 8th volume covers... Oh, Lord. Sharkey, you don't see the 9th volume of this set lying around anywhere, do you?
No, why?
Did you see it anywhere lying around the house?
I don't know. I just...
Try to remember.
Well, there were some books on a table in the living room.
I've got to find it.
Yeah, but the time, it's after 3.
Forget the time. We've got to find the 9th volume to this set.
Why?
Because I am holding the 8th volume in my hand. I can feel its weight. I know it's real. It's not an illusion. The 8th volume of a 9-volume set of books on the history of the world. Our world as we know it and have lived it. And this 8th volume goes from the year 1815, the Battle of Waterloo, to the year 2000.
But this is 1998. What is this guy, fortune teller?
Don't you see? There's still another entire volume to the set. I think I'm beginning to understand.
Hey, wait. What's that noise? Miss Perk, the house is beginning to shake.
Oh, yeah. How cool is this, dude?
It's stopping.
What was it?
I'm not sure. But if we really are sitting on top of an oil field, it's A highly unstable situation. The vibrations from the dynamite must have disturbed things.
We got to get out of here.
First, we have got to find that book.
Why? Why? What's so important about some old fortune teller's book?
That's not it, Sharky. That's not it at all. Don't you realize what we've discovered? This is...
What's that smell?
What?
That smell. Hey, it's gas. There's gas escaping from somewhere. That explosion must have opened a leak in a gas pocket.
Quick. Put this book in our bag. We'll have to come back later with masks to search for the 9th volume.
Yeah, I don't think so. Also, remember, they brought the thing up and it turned to dust. So I don't think they're going to be getting that book up there unless they frickin' put it in an airtight container.
Hi, Mr. Perk. There's daylight.
At last.
There's someone there at the mine entrance.
What? Oh, God, it looks like Professor Anderson.
John? John, is that you?
Yeah. We're coming, Professor. What are you doing here?
I must know what you found down there. I've been up the entire night running dating tests on that tile sample. At first, I couldn't believe it. But now I know there can be no doubt. That powder you brought me is over 12 billion years old.
But we know the world's only 4.5 billion years old.
Oh, you don't know crap. Shut up, Scientismo, Mr. Science Man. Yeah, dude, what's cool about CBS Radio Mystery Theater is the actors. They reuse actors a lot. So pretty much every voice in this episode, you can hear them in pretty much all the episodes that we stream.
That's what I heard Mr. Hawkins say once.
Yes, that's what we've always thought, Mr. Sharkey, but evidently we've been wrong. Now tell me what you found.
At the bottom of our well hole is a house. Even more perfectly preserved than the ruins of Pompeii. It has every modern appliance we're familiar with, from electric can openers to reclining chairs.
It's just like the houses in the suburb where I live.
Yeah.
Only difference.
Everything else is up for grabs, but you know what? He is 100% sure exactly how old the Earth is.
It is from a civilization so far in the past. And until now, not even a trace
No,
of it's
not
been
in this
known.
one.
But what about all those books, Mr. Perk? The Shakespeare and all? How'd they get there?
Shakespeare?
That's the most incredible thing of all, Professor. That 12 billion year old civilization was ours. Same names, same events, same people fighting the same wars, making the same inventions, creating the same masterpieces.
Probably making the same mistakes.
Oh, snap. Yo, which one of y'all said they buried it? Because that's actually true. They just revealed that. It was buried. It was literally a parallel civilization from billions of years ago. The same exact everything, and that's how they have the history books. That is so crazy. So whoever said they buried it was right. Oh, it was stay weird over here. It's just been built over. Not built over, it's been buried. You said it, bro. You said it. That's a solid 5-star guess right there.
Oh, so that's why you wanted the 9th volume of that history.
That's right, Sharky, because whatever fatal mistake they made, whatever happened to cause their extinction, is going to happen to us. Unless we can discover what it was and avoid it.
The 9th volume?
There isn't time to explain now, Professor. We've got to get back to camp and stop Milo
It turns out it was TikTok and it was e-girls.
before he turns on that rig.
Yeah, it was open borders.
In our beginning is our end, said T.S. Eliot. All living things duplicate themselves in reproduction with a phenomenal precision. So is it not at least possible, then, that nature repeats itself on a larger scale, too? In fact, on the largest scale of all. I shall return shortly with our final act.
It's always Israel, isn't it? Israel did it.
We catch but glimpses of our past. The legend of Atlantis lives on. The mysteries of Stonehenge and the giant statues of Easter Island continue to baffle us. The most advanced and sophisticated civilizations are represented by mere shards of pottery, stumbled on by accident. For all our research, there is still behind us A vast unknown. But now, a discovery. Fantastic, terrifying evidence of a former civilization identical to our own. A civilization whose end was so cataclysmic, no trace had ever been discovered until now.
Milo, thank goodness we got here before you started that rig.
John, I've got a bone to pick
There
with
is
you.
no time for that.
Sharky,
Yes, sir.
get out there and get the rig started.
No, wait, you've got to listen to us.
I've got a better idea, John. Why don't you listen to me for a change? I got a little phone call last night from headquarters. You remember them, don't you? They wanted to know how things were going. Understandably, they're getting a little anxious, considering the fact that we've got only 4 days before our lease here is up. You can imagine my chagrin when I had to tell them the rig wasn't even running. That my geologist, who's supposed to be telling me where to drill, had told me to stop so he could go down and nose around some prehistoric Indian hut.
That's not what's down there.
I don't care what's down there. My job is to drill for oil. Do you know who's arriving today? Sid Dobbs.
Sid Dobbs?
That's right. The company executive vice president. He wants to know what the heck is going on here. He's flying up personally to take over the operation.
Well, if you would let me get a word in edgewise, I can tell you what's going on.
All I want to know is why we haven't struck oil.
Well, that's one thing you don't have to worry about. There is oil down there. We saw it.
You saw it?
I stuck my finger in it. I tasted it. It's there, right where I said it would be. The drill is no more than 20 feet above the strike at this very moment.
Well, then let's get it going and have that oil coming up for Mr. Dobbs, so he won't have our heads in a sling. Sharky?
Yes, sir.
No, wait a minute. You can't start the rig, not until we've had a chance to go back down there.
Go back down? What for?
Milo, what we've discovered, it wasn't what we expected. There's a house down there, all right, but it's modern. I mean, well, not modern exactly. It's 12 billion years old, but...
Sharky, what's he talking about?
I know it sounds incredible, but Professor Anderson ran dating tests on that powder we took him, and it is 12 billion years old.
Ah, so you found a modern 12 billion year old house.
But the important thing is the book. That's why we've got to go back down.
Oh, I see. What
The
book?
9th volume. It's a history of the world from the year 2000 on.
John, I'm doing my best to stay with you, but you aren't making it easy for me.
Milo, now listen. There is a house down there from a civilization that existed 12 billion years ago that was ours. It was us. Don't you see what that means? We're being given the chance to look into the future.
That's a good guess.
I see. Sharky,
Yes, sir.
you've been awful quiet.
Yeah, I guess so.
You were down there with Mr. Perk, weren't you?
Yes.
You went all the way with him? You saw everything he saw?
Yes.
And you saw this house he's talking about?
No. No, I didn't.
Come on, Sharky, you frickin' turncoat.
Sharky, you didn't see a 12 billion year old house that looks just like ours, that has a set of books? It's going to tell us what's going to happen?
No, sir, I didn't. I didn't see any of that.
That's what I thought.
No! Sharky, what are you saying? Milo, look in this bag. We brought up the 8th volume of that set. See, look, it goes from 1815 to the year 2000. Now, will you believe me?
There's nothing in here but a pile of dust.
What? Oh. Good grief, we're in such a hurry. I must not have sealed the container properly.
Wow, so you had the container and you just didn't seal it properly? How is that not the #1 priority, bro? Come on now.
Look, Milo, you've got to believe me. 12 more hours is all I need. But we've got to go back down there.
Yeah. Hello, Hawkins here. He has? Okay, I'll be right over. The company plane has just landed with Mr. Dobbs. I'm going to meet him, and I want that rig in full operation by the time we return.
Milo, listen to me. Remember when we were at Anderson's lab? He said his analysis of the powder showed traces of a substance that primitive man couldn't have known about.
Oh, yes. Yes, I meant to tell you. Professor Anderson called yesterday, right after you and Sharky had gone down into the mine. He'd run another test and discovered what it was.
But doesn't that convince you I'm telling the truth?
It was mayonnaise, John.
Mayonnaise?
That's right. Remember? We used a sandwich bag from Sharky's lunch pail. Mayonnaise.
Sharky.
Mr. Perk, please, let me get by.
Why did you lie?
I got to get the rig started.
Are you crazy? Do you realize what we'll be destroying?
Mr. Perk, I don't want to talk about it.
What are you afraid of? Going back down there, we'll run hoses down to pump out the gas. Anyway, you don't have to go if you don't want to. I can find somebody else. I know it's risky, but it's too important not to take the chance.
Mr. Perk, please let me go.
Not until you tell me why you lied to Milo. Don't you see what this discovery could mean? The chance to look into the future, the chance to avoid making the same mistake twice.
How?
What?
How are we going to avoid it?
Don't you want to know your own fate?
No. I don't want to know.
An entire civilization may perish because of your cowardice.
Sharky's
Why
a
won't you
yellow
support
bastard.
me?
Didn't you see that house?
Of course I saw it.
Did you take a good look at it?
What are you getting at, Sharky? What's the matter?
It's a modern house.
So?
It's not ultra-modern. It's not some weird, futuristic contraption filled with gadgets we've never seen. It's modern. It's contemporary. Don't you see what that means? This is as far as we're coming. This is the end of the line. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen soon. And it's probably too late to stop it.
But we can try if we know what it is.
I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to know.
So you
Yeah,
won't
Sharky's secretly
support
based.
me. When Sid Dobbs arrives, you won't back me up.
Sorry, Mr. Burke.
You'll think I'm a raving lunatic.
Sharky, why isn't that rig going yet?
Oh, man. Hello, John.
Hello, Sid.
Mr. Dobbs, I'm sorry. I gave orders for the rig to be running.
That's all right, Marlowe. Forget it. The rig isn't going on.
It isn't?
No. We've decided to suspend operations altogether.
Suspend operations?
Our lease is up in 4 days. It'll take us that long to pack up and be out of here. And as far as I'm concerned, the sooner we never see this place again, the better.
Sid, when you say suspend operations, you mean you intend to pull a pipe?
We sure can't afford to leave it behind.
You can't do that.
What? Why not?
Removing the pipe would expose the hole to the fresh air and... Well, there's something down there that would be destroyed.
By fresh air?
Sid, we struck some old clay rock yesterday. That's why the rig isn't going. John insisted on exploring in a nearby cave.
Sid, you have to listen to me. Sharky's right. There is oil down there. We're within 20 feet of it.
Are you asking me to start the rig going again?
No. I'm asking you to take a new lease on the land and hold off making the strike until I've completed my explorations.
John, I remind you that we've been listening to you for 2 years. There's no more time. It's all run out.
You are also sitting on top of something infinitely more important than oil. And it's going to be destroyed.
John, I think you need some sleep. That's your problem.
Now, wait a minute. Just a minute, Marlowe. I'm curious about these continued illusions, John. I might give you one more chance. I will accept your considered judgment as a rational scientist that the oil is there and hold off drilling. If you'll tell me what's down there that's so important.
My judgment as a rational scientist. Oh, never mind, Sid, never mind. Go ahead and pull the pipe.
Okay. Marlowe, have the men pack up. We'll pull the pipe and dismantle the rig in the morning.
John, why didn't you just tell Mr. Dobbs what it was you'd seen?
He wouldn't have believed me, Professor Anderson. Not without Sharky's corroboration.
So, they're going to start pulling the pipe in the morning, and a golden opportunity will be lost forever.
No, not exactly.
Oh? What chance remains? Surely you don't intend to stop them at gunpoint?
No. I'm going to try going down again.
You said there was gas leaking, that the ground was beginning to shift.
We can wear masks against the gas, and as for the shifting, well, we'll just have to take that risk.
You said we.
That's why I came to you, Professor. I need someone to go with me. It's a two-man job. I don't know who else to turn to. I know you're... I mean...
Oh, I know what you're trying to say. But on a mission of such importance, I wouldn't hesitate. Not for 1 minute.
Then you'll come with me.
Yes, of course I will.
Good. We've got to start at once. There's barely enough time as it is.
Sharky, I can't say I'll be sorry to see the last of this place. Something about it always did give me the willies. That you better lock the gate for the last time.
Oh, okay, Mr. Hawkins.
Hey, wait a minute. What's that?
What?
The stuff on your boots. The black stuff.
Why, that's the oil.
Oil? Where'd it come from?
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you all along. The oil that's down there. Mr. Perk and I saw it, and we waded through it.
Sharky, get Mr. Dobbs from the office.
Why?
We've got to start up that rig. There is oil, Sharky. Oil. You know what that means? Ha! Our future's golden.
Oh, no. No.
Here it is, Professor.
This is amazing. A house in every detail, exactly like our own. From a duplicate civilization that inhabited the Earth 12 billion years ago. Oh, how much it could teach us.
Wait a minute. Sharky said he thought he'd seen some books in the living room. This way.
Look, over there on that table.
Yeah, this is it. The History of the World by D.V. Davis.
Volume 9.
Do you realize what this will mean, Professor, when we open this book?
Yes. I wonder what it is, John, that we're to learn about ourselves from ourselves.
What's that? Professor, they started the drill. The whole house! It's collapsing into dust!
Aw, shucks.
There is a legend in classical mythology about the Sibyl, a prophetess who lived, appropriately enough to our story, in a cave. She offered to sell 9 prophetic books to Tarquin the Proud, the last of Rome's legendary kings. He refused, for he felt her price was too high. So she burned 3 of the books and offered him the remaining 6 for the same price. Again, Tarquin refused, and again, Sybil burned 3 of the precious volumes. Finally, he bought the last 3 for the price of the original 9. But because of his stingy short-sightedness, mankind lost forever his chance to know what the future holds. I shall return shortly. Want to know what fate has in store for us? That would probably depend on whether or not we had the ability to act on that knowledge and to alter the impending course of events. But would it be a simple matter of avoiding a single fatal mistake? Or would we discover a future as complex as human nature itself and as unchangeable? Our cast included Michael Wager, Court Benson, and Robert Dryden. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
So there you have it, folks. That was the 9th volume from 1977. And we got to give it up for our homie Stay Weird with that fat 5-star guess over there. Congrats. Congrats, everybody. Golf clap. Good job. Good job. Henley was also right about how they got trapped. That's true. That's very true. That's very, very true. Good call, dude. There's always a price for knowledge. And sometimes the cost isn't what we give to learn the thing, it's what we cannot forget afterwards. The 9th volume reminds us of a timeless lesson that curiosity and danger often share the same keyhole. The moment you look through it, the moment you crave to know more, you're already marked by what's on the other side. Of course, that history often repeats itself in cycles and patterns of human frailty. In the story, one man went searching for a missing book, but what he really uncovered was the oldest truth that some knowledge was hidden not to protect itself, but to protect us. And sometimes it's better not to know. And that makes you wonder, doesn't it? What else in our world has been buried for our own good? What other truths have been locked away because God, in His wisdom, decided humanity is not yet ready to know them? The line between enlightenment and destruction can be razor thin, and it's often written in ink we're not meant to see. But perhaps that's why we're here, to keep reading, to keep questioning, to turn just one more page in the book of life. And that was our final story, guys. I hope you guys liked it. I really enjoyed it, man. Really enjoy doing these radio streams. And shouts out to First Person Q for that $5 super chat. Thank you, homie. First super chat of the night. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate all you guys spending your late nights with me. I may end up popping in later on tonight just to do a game stream, but we'll see. But either way, we'll be back soon. And I forget who mentioned it, but the Color Out of Space, I think we're going to have to do a read along stream for the Color Out of Space because that sounds like a lot of fun. Greed destroys everything. Indeed. Amazing stream. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And thank you to Kira for recommending the first story for tonight. That was awesome to go back and re-listen to a story. It's been a long time. Thank you. Thank you. It's time for winter. Winter is here, so my insulated bibs are on. It is 45 degrees out right now. Have a good night, everybody. God bless. And until next time, Lily Walk signing off. Good night.